Hi, Lionel. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Very good. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So, before we begin, I wanted to ask you, what color could define your mood in this moment?
I'd say pink.
Pink? Okay. It's a very creative color.
Oh, very nice.
So we can move on with the color of your choice for the interview. What memory with this color triggered for you? Do you have a memory related with this color?
Yes, if I remember a very nice pink, it would be a wall in Los Angeles. A very nice pink, big wall. And especially the light in LA is very bright, very intense. So that pink color was very impressive.
It brings you back to LA then.
Yeah, I guess.
That's great. That's great. So tell us a bit more. What is your passion in life, Lionel?
Passion, I'd say creating things, thinking about things and be able to create them and push them forward and bring them people around them to have a collective experience and a collective project. So bringing people, I'd say bringing people together under an idea and make this group grow out of this idea.
That's great, right? Because in the end, you're an ethnographer, right? So can you tell us a little bit more about your field of expertise and what you do?
Sure. So ethnography is a practice. It's a practice of observing and studying and learning from people, culture, or society in general. So my everyday work is to delve into culture, to immerse myself into different fields, or different culture or different countries, right. Study them from the inside, and make sense of it through writing, through films or photography.
Okay, that's great. I get that. And you, on a personal side, how are you navigating this pandemic? I know you're in Brussels, in Belgium. How are things going for you?
Well, it's a lockdown, so it's everyone stay at home, and for me personally, it means spending time with my family, my loved ones, and I think also being more in tune with the thing that I want to do, with the thing that I like, having time to reflect on things that are important, getting to know the people I live with better. So it's a time I cherish. It's also a moment of anxiety for society in general, and I can't stop thinking about the most vulnerable people in society, which might be very much affected by this lockdown and by the pandemic. So it's a big question mark for me when I live through the day. I don't know we don't know really what's happening behind walls, and I think it can be quite dramatic for the most vulnerable people of our society. But for me myself, it's a good moment. It's a time to reflect, and it's time to to decide on what's important in life, basically.
Okay, great. Yeah, because as you said, it's a moment for you to reconnect with people around you, the people you cherish and everything. But you also talked about the other people, the things we don't see and everything. So what is your vision for the aftermath of this pandemic? And what do you think the world actually needs for this change?
Well, obviously things won't be the same, and I think it hasn't been the same for a long time now, but people didn't really realize. But we've been going through major crises and shifts for about, the most optimistic people would say 20 years, but we can go back to maybe 50 years.
Yeah.
And I think, and this crisis show us that we are living in a time where this crisis come and go and will continue to arrive. So, so if people are wise, if society are wise, they learn from this period and they change their behavior. That being said, I'm not sure everyone will completely change and society will change, because you know, after a year or two, bad habits will come back, and of course part of the society, a lot of people do not want to change. But I think since more and more people are affected, they will begin to think and maybe to act differently, hopefully.
Right. So building back upon this question, upon your answer, like, do you think this crisis will create new values for our society as a whole, or what do you see there?
Hopefully, yes, but I think value, the term value in itself is a very positive and fast forward and long-term vision on things. And I think that the horizon for many of us is blocked, and for many of us it's difficult to project oneself in the future, whether this future is long-term or short-term, because there is no horizon.
Absolutely.
I think it's very hard to shape collectively that society together right now, because the constraint and the risk and the anxiety is very strong and present. And hopefully society will find the strength again, when people in society will heal after that crisis, to build that together. Right. And when they will be able to build those values, I think they will be built around solidarity and respect towards the planet, towards the others, things that we didn't really do for the last decades. So exactly. rather than values, I think there are phenomena that will happen in the very short future, is that even when the lockdown will be over, right, we will still continue to hang around and to stay within small circles. So I think that people will continue to be well connected, and of course we are globally connected all together, so we can still work, but I think the small circles that we've all experienced during this lockdown will be very present and will continue to be very present for all of us in the coming years. So maybe we will refocus on these, these little tribes.
That was actually my next question. So how do you think this will change the way humans interact?
Hopefully they will cherish interactions more, and realize that it's a chance to be able to be in contact and to live moment together. It's not a given. I mean, this period of time shows that it's not a given. So right. When it happens, it's a chance, and we should cherish them. Right now it's a bit hard because the other is a threat because maybe he has the virus, so you don't know if you can interact with him or not. Once that threat will be over, hopefully the other will be the person to spend time with, and we will realize, the chance we have to be together.
Absolutely, yeah, because as you say, today, like you really don't know how to, you're very careful about the way we interact today.
Yeah.
And so we have one last question that we thought could be interesting to see your point of view is how do you see, do you think this will bring more environmental consciousness to people?
I think so, yeah. I think so. I mean, people could not drive for a long time, for example. They had
results already.
Yeah, and they didn't consume. They consume less, so they lived with less, and hopefully for many they realized that it was enough, that they don't need much. So hopefully habits will change based on this moment of time where they realize that life can be simpler, and simpler meaning also more respectful for the planet,
for the environment. Absolutely. Yeah, we can live with less and take care of each other and the earth too.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. It was very interesting, and I hope we can have a chat again very soon.
Sure, hopefully.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care to you too.